Is Ryan Garcia ready?
Ryan Garcia is definitely mentally, physically, and spiritually ready to make the return back to the ring. You want to know? Because I thought y'all was going to ask me, but it seemed like we ain't going to get there.
Who do you like?
Shakur. I like to see him fight Shakur.
Bernard Hopkins has revealed the date of Ryan Garcia's return and wants him to have a potential clash against the southpaw Shakur Stevenson. Shakur lacks the popularity to maneuver Ryan to drop below 140 to meet him at a catch weight of 137.5 pounds. There's a tremendous imbalance in terms of popularity between the two fighters. Although Shakur is a world champion and captured 3 division world titles, he's nowhere near as popular as Ryan. Realistically, the only way a fight between Ryan and Shakur could happen is if it's 143. Ryan is too big to drain down to 140, and if he agreed to it, there's a good chance he'd come in overweight. The weight that he left at, said Bernard Hopkins to the media when asked what weight Ryan Garcia will fight when he returns to the ring from his 1-year suspension. 143, 147, it would depend on the fighter and who they've got. Yes, I can tell you who I think Ryan should fight when the time comes. Do you want to know? I thought y'all were going to ask me, but it seems like we ain't going to get there. Shakur. I'd like to see him fight Shakur, said Hopkins about wanting Ryan Garcia to fight Shakur Stevenson when he comes off his suspension in April 2025. There are no advantages. Shakur has been sitting on a pond and fishing, right? Hopkins noted that Shakur had not been active recently. He speculated that by the time Ryan is ready, it could be an appropriate healing period for Shakur, provided he stays healthy. In his view, both fighters would be on equal footing in terms of activity, with no clear advantages for either when they meet in the ring.
Shakur hasn't been active, correct?
He's injured now, too.
He hasn't been active, correct?
No, correct.
Time Ryan is ready, that should be, I don't know for sure, I could be wrong, that should be a healing time between now and then for Shakur, correct?
Exactly.
As long as he stay healthy. Out of the gate, no advantages. Would you agree? No advantage as far as being active.
Yeah.
Both fighters, correct?
Yeah.
Hopkins stated that Shakur and Ryan Garcia should meet in the middle when addressing Shakur's potential move from 135 to face Garcia at 143 to 147. He emphasized that weight concerns are less significant in today's era, citing Bud Crawford's interest in fighting Canelo Alvarez as an example. Meet in the middle. We're in a different era right now. No one talks about weight right now. You're talking about Bud Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. However, on Garcia's return, Hopkins affirmed that Ryan Garcia is fully prepared, mentally, physically, and spiritually, to make his return to the ring. He stated, Ryan Garcia here is definitely mentally, physically, and spiritually ready to make the return. Hopkins stated that Ryan Garcia is preparing physically and mentally for his second act in boxing. He explained that a boxing career has 2 phases, the establishment and the second half, where fighters defend their legacy and build Hall of Fame status. He urged others to remind Garcia of this second act when they speak with him.
In the meantime, in between time, he's going to prepare himself physically and mentally to step in that ring for the second act. You only get 2 in reality of boxing. The beginning, which is the establishment, and then the second half is defending, building Hall of Fame status and credibility even more in history. So his return, from my perspective, I said it to him. You say it to him when you see him, when you interview him. Bernard said the second act. What does that mean? He'll tell you.
Garcia's 1-year suspension expires in April, and he'll be looking for an opponent to fight on PPV when he returns. Devin Haney is no longer an option due to his lawsuit. Ryan will need someone who the boxing world would want to see fight him. Stevenson could be an option if they could agree on a suitable catchweight. Last month, Haney filed a lawsuit against Garcia, pursuing compensation for battery, fraud, and breach of contract. Additionally, the former undisputed lightweight champion is requesting a complete financial report of the event, including documentation to verify the expenses from Oscar's Golden Boy Promotions, which organized his April bout with Garcia. Ryan expressed frustration over Devin Haney's lawsuit against him, unsure of the basis for the legal action or whether it pertained to financial loss or wages. He remarked that Devin, still young, has been shielded by his father, Bill Haney, whom Ryan criticized as corrupt and driven by fear. He further described Bill Haney as the most corrupt figure in the boxing world.
I'm pissed off. Plus, Devin Haney suing me for hurting his feelings.
Yeah, I don't really understand that law. Like, is he like he's literally gonna sue you for what? For For lost money? For lost wages? I guess I'm confused.
Or he was films. He's a kid. His daddy been protecting him. Bill Haney's probably scared as he's the most corrupt man in boxing.
Wow, you think so?
But yeah, and you be titled that. Bill Haney is the most corrupt man in boxing.
Initially, Victorville native Ryan Garcia was the only one to publicly address the lawsuit against him on social media, while his promoter, Golden Boy Promotions, stayed quiet. However, after nearly a week of silence, Oscar De La Hoya broke his silence and shared his thoughts on the matter via social media. "Enough is enough," Oscar began. "Every fighter who has worked with Golden Boy has always been paid exactly what they are owed and given all documents they were entitled to." Since this statement from the retired world champion, Edgar Berlanga has jumped headfirst into the conversation. Responding to De La Hoya's post, The Chosen One wrote, "You robbing fighters, that's why they are trying to get away from you, brother. You are no good man." However, this isn't the first time De La Hoya and Berlanga have butted heads. Promoter Oscar De La Hoya also says he doesn't see a rematch happening between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in 2025. He thinks Haney is a shot fighter after his loss to Garcia last April. "I just had him in my office 30 minutes ago. Big plans for him coming back," said Oscar De La Hoya to the media when asked what's next for Ryan Garcia. "Obviously, we have to deal with this frivolous lawsuit that they slapped on us. But that's all it is. It's noise. That's all it is. How can you sue somebody that beat the crap out of you? It doesn't make sense. No. What I would do is call that fighter out back in the ring and beat his ass. I don't think so because I believe Devin Haney is a shot fighter," said De La Hoya when asked if Ryan Garcia versus Haney 2 is the biggest fight in 2025. De La Hoya emphasized the need to get Ryan Garcia back to where he belongs, in the gym, focused and dedicated. He noted that Ryan is in great spirits and has learned from his past experiences. De La Hoya shared that he spoke to Ryan about his own challenges and how he overcame them, expressing his belief that he can guide Ryan through this time and reassure him that everything will be okay.
First thing is first. We got to get Ryan back to the place where he belongs, and that's like just in the gym. Look, I saw him right now. He's in great spirits. He's doing awesome. He's focused. What happened in the past, he's learned. He's grown as a young man. And I gave him a good, nice little speech today about my experiences and how I've been through hell and back. I walked through Dia de los Muertos and survived it.
Do you
right?
think now?
And think about that. I'm a man who has the experience, who can tell this young man, hey, it's okay. You're gonna be okay.
Robert Garcia remarked that he isn't paying much attention to the situation because he feels it has become somewhat of a joke. He expressed surprise at the current state of affairs, but noted that if it works for the individuals involved, it could have a significant impact on boxing. He believes it may change many fighters' mindsets regarding attempting things they normally wouldn't consider. "I'm not really paying too much attention because he's kind of turned into a joke already. You know, I've never seen something like this, but hey, if it works for him, then it's going to work, and it's going to change boxing. It's going to change a lot of fighters' mentality when it comes to trying something they're not supposed to, doing something they're not supposed to." He acknowledged that the situation could potentially turn out well, but he expressed uncertainty about it. He stated that he wouldn't advise any of his brothers to pursue the same path, but if the individual succeeds in his endeavors, it could indeed be beneficial. He concluded by suggesting that they should wait and see how things unfold.
Is that in good terms or bad terms? Like,
well, it could be turn out to be good actually, but I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I wouldn't advise any of my fighters to do it. But if he's doing it and if it goes through and he wins, then it's actually going to be good. So let's see what happens. Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. suggested that Devin Haney is trying to strategically rebuild his image after Ryan Garcia damaged it. He added that, according to Garcia, Haney had such a small amount of a substance in his body that it was like putting a pinch of salt in an Olympic pool, though Lopez wasn't sure if that claim was accurate. He said, "I think that Devin Haney is just trying to play chess and trying to, put the right point pawns on the right spots so he could get the best of what had happened to him in his image, because Ryan Garcia destroyed his image. You know, not only that, I don't know if it's true, but Ryan Garcia said that you could grab a little bit of salt and put it in an Olympic pool, and that's how much sub he had in his body. I don't know how true that is." Bernard Hopkins stated that in America, filing a lawsuit doesn't imply guilt or innocence. It merely means that the facts will need to substantiate the claims made. He urged people not to jump to conclusions when someone is sued, suggesting that such assumptions stem from ignorance. He noted that Golden Boy Promotions is also facing legal challenges, indicating that the situation is complex. He emphasized their commitment to supporting Ryan, reflecting that Ryan's feelings align with their own.
The lawsuit is the lawsuit. Listen, we're in America. You don't have to be right to sue. The lawsuit doesn't mean you're guilty. The lawsuit doesn't mean you're innocent. The lawsuit means that the facts must prove your claims, and the counterclaim must prove your claims. So, listen, when people get sued, don't think for one reason, unless you're ignorant, that that person is wrong or right. Let's see it play out. We know, obviously, Golden Boy been sued also. So it's not just one thing. We in it to win it with Ryan. How Ryan feels, quote, is the same way we feel, quote.
Prograis coach Tobler mentioned that he holds no ill will toward the young champion, Devin Haney. He recognized Haney's feelings but expressed doubt about the overall situation. Tobler also indicated uncertainty regarding the legitimacy of the lawsuit. He remarked, "I don't have nothing against a young champ. Haney feels the way he feels, and that's the way he feels. But I don't know, man. I can't even say, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's legit, but I don't know." Greg Hackett recognized that Devin Haney's father has been making wise choices for his son, considering the lawsuit another strategic move. However, he mentioned that he wouldn't choose that path personally, as he has a different perspective and hasn't had the same guidance as Bill Haney. While he indicated a wish to confront Ryan Garcia directly, he pointed out that in business, hitting them where it hurts usually refers to impacting their financial situation.
To be truthful, man, Dev's father has been making great decisions for his son. I think this is another great decision. Would I do it? Nah, because I'm a different type of person. I didn't grow up with the same guidance as a Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? So my mind think a little different. I would want to really hurt Ryan Garcia. But in business and in the financial world, they always use that term, you got to hit them where it hurt, which is the pockets, which is the bank.
Yoel Judah suggested that the opponent Devin Haney faced may have been on drugs, though he was unsure of the specifics. He noted that Ryan Garcia appears to have moved on and doesn't seem to care about the issue, while Devin Haney is now focused on suing Ryan. He stated, "I mean, look, the guy fought. He said he fought was, dirty. He fought, with drugs in his system. I don't know. You know what I mean? And, personally, Devin going to do what he got to do with Ryan. Ryan took off. Ryan don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So Devin is just, I don't know, he just going after him now on lawsuit." Claressa Shields expressed her support for Devin Haney's decision to file a lawsuit, stating that as a boxer, she expects her opponents to compete fairly. She emphasized that if someone were to use performance-enhancing drugs, defeat her, damage her reputation, and then boast about it, she would take similar action. Shields also conveyed her hope that Haney would face Ryan Garcia again, as she believes Ryan needs to learn a lesson in the ring.
Listen, I'm not against it at all. When we signed up for boxing, I signed to fight a clean fighter. You use PDs against me, you beat me, you mess up my image, you go around bragging about how you missed weight and you cheated. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sue the fuck out of you, and I will fight you again.
Ryan needs to get his butt whooped, right?
He needs his ass kicked.
That's
yes.
it.
And I'm hoping that Devin can get enough in him to where he can do it.
Bob Arum expressed that he didn't want to discuss the issue, stating that fighters shouldn't be suing each other. They should settle things in the ring instead. "I don't want to talk about it. Fighters shouldn't sue each other. They just fight in the ring." Teofimo Lopez shared his perspective, noting that Devin Haney is experiencing losses both inside and outside the ring, which negatively affects his image. He believes this behavior is unappealing to fans and is likely to reduce their interest in Haney's upcoming fights. Lopez also expressed that, in his view, these actions are driving people away from wanting to see Haney's next bout.
I think it's interesting. I think Devin just is continually just taking losses in and out the ring. It's not a good look. It doesn't look well. It's a turnoff. It gets everybody kind of in a sense turns everybody off. It keeps them away from wanting to see the next Devin Haney fight by doing those things. Me personally, it's just my opinion. I didn't do that when I got jobbed.
So what do you make of this? Do you think a potential bout between Garcia and Stevenson will happen? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.